Hello dear students. In this video and from this video onwards, we will solve some SQL exercises which will teach us how to retrieve data from multiple tables. Now as you all know, database is made up of one or more tables. Just imagine we have these two tables, EMP and department DEPT. Now the EMP table as shown contains EMP ID, which is primary key, EMP name, just arbitrary names I have taken, EMP salary, and department in which that person works. Now this department ID is the foreign key, which refers department ID of the DEPT table. So DEPT table has all the department numbers, which are primary keys, department names, computer science, admin, and pay, and the department location, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, where these departments are located. So all our exercises will be based on these two tables, at least for now. We will take some more complex examples as we proceed. Having said that, just imagine we are asked a question like this: list names of all employees. Just check the question. List names of all the employees along with their department names. Just a minute, what's the problem here? What do you want? You want employee names and their department names. Now the problem is that employee names, as you see, employee name is in EMP table, whereas department name in which that person works is in department table. That means the two columns that we want to list are dispersed in two different tables. Now before you start thinking of SQL statement, you just tell me, if you are given these two tables, these two EMP and DEPT tables in different books, and you are asked to list employee name and the department in which that employee works. So what would you do? You will open this EMP book. You will take the first row of the EMP and you will see this person EMP, which has EMP ID 100, works in department number 1. Now the problem is you don't have name of this department over here. You have department number. But then you want to list A, that is employee name, and the department name in which that person works. So what you would do, okay, we have another book called DEPT in which we have recorded department numbers and the name of the department. So what you would do, you will take this entry 1 and will say, wait a minute, what is the department name? What is the department name of department ID equal to 1? But you will not get it in this table, isn't it? You will go to the other book and you will simply search, check my words, you will simply search department ID 1 and you will say, oh, okay, department ID 1 means CS department. There you are. Now you know that the EMP name that you want to list, name of the employee, and department name that you want to list must be name of the person is A, and this person works in department number 1, but we don't want department number, we want department name, and department name was gathered from the another book DPT table. So we will list CS. You will then further go to the second row, isn't it? Second row of the EMP who has employee number 101, and you will see what is the department in which this person works. Department is 1. But you don't have a name again over here, isn't it? So you will jump to the other book DPT and you will see, okay, department number 1 means CS department. So you will say employee number B works in CS department. What happens to the third row? Third row is 102. This person works in department number 2, you watch. But you want name of the department, so you will jump to department book and you will literally search that department number 2. Department number 2, as you see, is admin department, so you will list C works in admin. What it means is that you will go row by row in this particular EMP book, and for every row of the EMP book, you will see what is the department number in which that person works, and that department number will be searched in the DEPT table. Well, which row of the DEPT table are you interested? You are interested only in that row. Listen very carefully. You are interested only in that row where department number is 1. That means department ID, just check this, department ID of EMP table must match department ID of DEPT table. Only then you will get the correct information, isn't it? I hope you are understanding. Before you learn SQL statement itself, it is so important to relate it with real life situation, isn't it? So can there be a possibility like this? There is a person who has employee ID 109 with some name, with some salary, let's say, and department number is 4. Impossible, isn't it? Impossible, because this is a foreign key. Department ID is the foreign key, and it can exist, this value can exist only if such a department exists here. So no question of such invalid entries which will violate referential integrity constraints. This is a violation of referential integrity constraint. Okay, now let's see this query. List names, first exercise is list names of all the employees, correct? List names of all the employees along with their department name. Now see the query here. Select what we want to select, EMP name, correct? And DEPT name. But EMP name, the first field that we are selecting is from EMP table, and second column that we are selecting DEPT is from DEPT table. So as we are selecting columns from different tables, those table names must be mentioned after from, after that word from, those table names must be mentioned by separating them with comma. But that's not enough. You would say that, okay, we are listing employee name and department name, and employee name is from EMP table, department name is from DEPT table. But then where clause is needed, and you saw that you will select only those entries where emp.deptid matches dept.deptid. Look at this name of the table given over here at both places. We have written where clause as emp.deptid equal to dept.deptid. Now, why is this table name written? Obviously, if you don't write it, then the condition will become DEPTID is equal to DEPTID. And then this is so confusing. What are you comparing? You are comparing department ID of EMP with department ID of DEPT. Okay? This is the query. But wait a minute. What happens really? What happens? Here is really a descriptive explanation of what happens due to this query. First of all, you see something interesting here. You have given after from, you have given two tables, EMP and DEPT. So what literally happens is that these two tables, EMP and DEPT, are basically undergoing an operation of Cartesian product, or you can say cross product, Cartesian product. That means every row of EMP table is joined with every row of DEPT table. Literally, we are not even bothered right now about the first part or the last part of the query. What happens first is whatever tables you give after from are undergoing Cartesian product. So what is Cartesian product? You know it very well. You have seen it in relational algebra. This first row, listen, this first row will be joined with every row of this DEPT table. So what we get after joining is that this 100, the first row, has been joined with, check this, has been joined with the first row of DEPT table. Again, the first row 100 has been joined with the second row of the DEPT table. Again, the first row of EMP table, that is 100, is joined with the third row. You can say This is the EMP side and this is the DPT side. We are finding Cartesian product. This Cartesian product will be so big because every row of EMP is joined with every row of DPT, and it will be a single table now. Of course, temporary table. So what you are watching on the board here, this is a single table containing so many columns, isn't it? And first few columns have arrived from EMP and last few columns have arrived from DPT. Again, watch second row of EMP. Watch this. This was the second row of EMP, isn't it? 101 will be literally joined with this row again, with second row again, with third row. So with 101, you will get three such rows in your cross product joined with 1, 2 and 3 of the DPT. This literally happens with every row of EMP table. So you can see an exhaustive cross product here or Cartesian product. Now what? We have now found Cartesian product of EMP and DPT. Rather, DBMS has found Cartesian product of EMP and DPT. But this result that you are seeing is senseless. I mean, what will you do after displaying such a result? Now listen, you are interested in only those rows of the cross product. This is the entire Cartesian product. You are interested only in those rows where department ID under EMP matches department ID under DPT. In fact, that's what we will do manually when we are checking two books. Hello, I hope you are understanding. But this particular row, you watch this particular row where department ID is 1 under EMP and department ID is 2 under DPT is not at all of our interest because departments are not matching. Even this is not of our interest. So what is the additional where condition given after Cartesian product is emp.dpt must match dpt.dpt id. Only then that row will be selected in our result. So which rows will be selected? Watch here. These rows are not selected. This row, watch. Department IDs match. So this row will be selected. This is selected. Come again. These rows where the department's IDs are not matching, not selected, this is not selected, well, this is selected, isn't it? 102. And notice 102 really works in admin department because the department number is 2. Similarly, next rows are not selected here, this is selected. And notice 103 really works in admin department because department number is 2. And so on. So, by the way, what happens then due to that part where after where condition runs, after this where runs where condition, this is what we get. Isn't it so? You see, we have all the columns of the cross product, all the columns. This is EMP columns, this is DPT columns, all the columns. But now we have something meaningful. If the employee 100 works in department number 1, then we have relevance in the department table only with department number 1. We don't have any relevance, any importance to department 2 or 3 as far as this person is concerned. Or if 105, this person works in department number 3, then we have only relevance with that row of the department table where department ID is 3. So this is what we will get. This is what we will get after running the query. After running the query, just give me some time. Wait a minute, marker on. After running the query, cross product, followed by where. Now finally, you know, from this result, we want only EMP name and department name. So we have said leave out all other columns, but show only employee name and department name. So finally, the select clause will display the above result. This is the complete query and the result is as shown. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. What that means is that we have joined the two tables and we have extracted data from these two tables on the basis of department ID. Okay. More such examples and more complex examples will be seen in the next video. Thank you very much.